if you've clicked on this video, it's because you're feeling a little disconnected from yourself, and I totally get it. Let's fix this together. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second YouTube video ever, and I am so excited to get into it. Today's video is really just about reconnecting or connecting to your intuition. It is so powerful when we are connected to our intuition, and it's really our secret sauce. So I want to get into this with you because chances are, if you've clicked on this video, it's because you're feeling a little disconnected from yourself, and I totally get it. Let's fix this together. I'm going to be reading through the notes I've made just so I don't forget anything, and so there's really just like no fluff. I want to get to the point. So whenever I am feeling stuck, unclear, just like really unsure or confused where I am in life, it is 9 times out of 10 because I am disconnected from my intuition. And so what I'm sharing with you today are, I believe there's 7 steps I've laid out. The 7 steps to reconnect with your intuition. I'm so excited. If this is your first time to my YouTube channel, welcome. My name is K-Sky. I'm a life and mindset coach, and I'm on a mission, a literal mission, to help you live a life that is just so fulfilling and exciting for you. I want to help you step into your higher self in whatever way that looks like for you. And so that is a little bit about me and my mission. Okay, so let's get into it. So what I'm essentially going to share with you is the no BS approach to connecting with your intuition, and quickly. And by quickly, what I mean is really the window of time here is 3 to 5 days. Whenever I follow these steps, or whenever I get one of my clients to do these steps, it usually happens between that 3 to 5 day mark where they start feeling reconnected and where they start hearing their intuition come through. So make sure you know that this isn't maybe going to be like 5 minutes later that you tap in. No limits though, don't put that limit on yourself. Maybe that will happen, but really give yourself the time for this to sink in and really be implemented so that you can see the results. What I like to think about is the day you plant the seed is not the same day you reap the fruit. And so there is a little bit of delayed gratification and patience that goes into this practice. Okay, so let's see. So where we need to start really is why it is even important to be connected to and listen to your intuition in the first place. And so I have made a few bullet points here on why I believe being connected to your intuition is so important. The first thing is that I think about my intuition as my superpower. It is like my secret sauce. It's my higher self. Okay, so my intuition is my secret sauce. It's my secret weapon. It's my superpower. It is literally my higher self speaking to me. And what's important to note about your intuition is that you're the only one who can hear it. You are the only one who has access to your intuition. I cannot hear your intuition for you, just like you cannot hear my intuition. And so what this means is that it's not always going to make sense. Like, your intuitive thoughts are not always going to make sense to other people because they can't feel it for you. They can't hear the whispers that are, being placed on your heart. So why this is important for you to really understand is because it's not always going to make sense to other people, but it also might not make sense logically to you either. And this is really, really important, and why it's so important to be connected, because if we're unconnected from ourselves and from our intuition, we might be trying to logically think like, why am I unclear? Why am I unhappy? Like, everything seems to be perfect on the outside, but on the inside I feel just not aligned. Or why do these same thoughts and patterns keep coming up? Or why do I keep going through the same lessons over and over again? Why am I unhappy? I thought this job was going to make me happy. I thought this certain type of body was going to make me happy. I thought this person was going to make me happy. And really what it is you're trying to logically think your way out of these feelings, when really what you need to do is tune in and listen. Because the intuition is not always going to make sense to the logical brain. In fact, most of the things my intuition has told me has not made sense logically to me. Like, the first thing I can think about is when I intuitively got the nudge to quit my real estate job. That did not make sense, to go from real estate to life coaching. I didn't even know you could work as a life coach. So that did not make sense logically, but because I was so tapped in, I could actually hear that. And because I have self-trust, I was able to take a risk and listen to that. Okay. So it goes beyond the thinking part of your brain into something much deeper, something much more soulful. The last thing I wrote here for why it's so important to be connected is that it is quite literally your own personal roadmap to a happy and just purposeful, fulfilled life for yourself. So this is your roadmap. Your intuition is your guide. It gives you those next steps. So if you are so disconnected from it, how are you going to realistically be able to know what the next step is in life? To know whether, something is right or wrong for you. So basically your intuition is just like this whisper, this quiet voice that kind of just nudges you and gives you these ideas to take aligned action. So if you're really distracted and not connected, you're not going to hear these nudges, and you're going to be always up here in the logical brain where the subconscious mind is running the programs, where our limiting beliefs are running the program. And yeah, that's just not how we're going to get to a truly fulfilled life for our own hearts. Okay, so let's get into the steps on what it takes to actually connect to your intuition. And remember what I said in the beginning of this video, it is going to be 3 to 5 days usually before you start seeing the results. So make sure you're setting aside the time to actually do these things and time block them into your calendar. I would also suggest doing or creating like a habit tracker to make sure you're holding yourself accountable. These steps are quite straightforward, but it doesn't mean they're easy, but you'll understand when I go through them. So the very first one, step 1, and remember, this is the no BS steps. I'm just cutting the fluff. I'm getting straight to the point. This is what actually works. And yeah, it might not be easy, but it's quite simple, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So step 1 is to get rid of all the noise. Get rid of the noise in your life. And what that really means is this is the time where you need to take a look at what you're doing day to day that is just filling your head with noise. And it doesn't even mean it's bad noise, it's just noise. So for me, that's going on a social media detox, not scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, which is so funny because I'm recording this on YouTube, not listening to podcasts, cutting out video games, cutting out the news, really just doing a Snapchat detox. If you like to read spicy thrillers or romance books, maybe just cut them for a bit and really just lean into no distractions. And this is going to be very hard for a lot of people. Simple, straightforward, but it's going to be hard. But if you really want to change your life, you will be willing to do this. You will be willing to cut out the noise. And again, remember, 3 to 5 days. You don't need to do this for the rest of your life. Social media, the news, video games, all these things will be there for you after this 5 days, after you get the next aligned step. And yeah, okay, so that's step 1. And this is also why when you're in the shower or you're on a walk and you didn't bring your phone, this is why you get such good downloads and thoughts during that time, because you're not being distracted. You're quite literally just in your own energy, and you're not watching something or consuming something or really just watching someone else live their life. You're living your own. Okay, so step 2 is to develop a morning routine that fills up your mind, your body, and your spirit. Now, I know we all have busy lives, but you can carve out 30 minutes for yourself before your day gets started to pour into you. And this is very critical and crucial to connecting deeper with yourself and your intuition. So what I've put is to fill up your mind, body, and spirit, I would recommend journaling. So just brain dumping stuff out on paper, getting it out of your head and onto paper. some type of movement, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes. I would recommend 30 at least, but even if it's 5 to 10 minutes, that is such a good start. Like finding a video, a free video that you can just do some body weight workouts or some Pilates for 5 to 10 minutes in your living room, perfect. Meditation, so finding a meditation that's guided or sitting down and just allowing your thoughts to come on by. And then affirmations. Affirmations specifically to strengthen, like, I am connected to myself. I am connected to my intuition. Things that are going to affirm what you are already doing and what you're trying to do, which is reconnect with yourself. Okay, so step 3 is going on walks with music or without a phone or doing a walking visualization. So this is really going to get you moving forward, which is so good for mind, body, and spirit. And it's going to create space for thoughts to come in and come out, come in and come out. So walking with music, walking with a visualization meditation. I actually have one on my podcast if you want to listen to it. I believe it's episode 49, but it's a walking visualization. I think it's like 8 minutes. It is so good if you want to try it out. Or just walking with no noise and seeing what comes up. Okay, step 4, and this is going to be hard for some of you guys because it is hard for me, and that is to be alone with your thoughts without distraction. So can you sit alone with yourself? Can you be bored with yourself? Can you literally sit down with no music, no distractions, nothing to do for 30 minutes? When's the last time you've done that? I mean, it is so important that we know how to be bored with ourselves, that we don't have to constantly be filling the silence with stuff that's just distracting us, numbing us, and all the things. So that is step 4. Step 5 is to journal and pray for guided steps. And what I mean by this is like literally writing in your journal or saying a prayer in the morning throughout the day or at night, whichever you want. Like, show me the next guided steps. Show me the next right thing. Show me the person who's going to open the next door for me. What do I need to hear right now? What do I need to know right now? Like, asking these powerful questions is going to be so helpful, and you can journal it down and then write what immediately comes to mind. Okay, step 6. Oh, this is a game changer, and it is difficult, but it's a game changer. Cut out junk food. Cut out anything processed. Cut out alcohol. Limit your caffeine, drink more water. What is that word? Drink more water, limit the caffeine. If you are someone who does any type of drugs, stop them. I'm not talking about like medication from your doctor. I'm talking about like, recreational drug use, and just cut it out. Cut it out of your life for 3 to 5 days. Honestly, longer if you can, but just the amount of mental clarity that you will have is going to be astonishing. The brain fog will be gone. Now, I will say this is absolutely no judgment. This is coming from experience. If you're someone who is used to eating a lot of processed food and loves caffeine, there will be a detox period if you're cutting this stuff out. So just know it's one of those things where you might feel a little bit worse before you feel better. This is just me being honest. Remember what I said? I said no BS guide to connecting with your intuition. So therefore, if you are doing this, you might want to add a few extra days to connecting to that intuition. And I'm sure it will already be coming through a little bit, but I'm talking about like this deep knowing that you're so connected. You're just on another level. So knowing that there might be a little detox period if you are cutting out food, processed food, alcohol, drugs, like all the things, and make sure you're doing it safely. So that's my little caveat there. Step 7, and this is the last step, is keep a notebook on you or your notes app on your phone where you can start to write down any intuitive thoughts that pop up throughout your day. And once they pop up, take immediate action. This is crucial. Take action on these intuitive thoughts. This is the whole point of being connected to your intuition, that you get these next steps. Okay, and then this leads me to the next super important thing in regards to connecting to your intuition. And that is that it is one thing to be connected to it. It's a whole nother thing to actually listen to it and take the action. That requires you to really trust yourself, to really have that muscle of self-trust super strong. And so it's going to require you to also feel the fear and do it anyways. It's going to require you to back yourself. It's going to require you to go past the logical mind of like, I don't know, like this doesn't seem like what society would want for me, or my mom would want for me, or my teachers have conditioned me to believe. This is like something a little different than I'm used to. You have to trust yourself. You have to know that no matter what, you've got your own back. And self-trust is something, luckily, that is one of my biggest strengths. Again, it doesn't mean it's always easy for me, but it's something that I continuously do. I show up for myself. And so if you're someone who is massively struggling with this, I can make another video actually. If you're interested, put a comment below, or you can message me on Instagram at @KSkyDonner and just say like, I would love some more information on how to build self-trust, because it's really the key to everything. It's like, if you can't trust yourself, then like life is just so much harder, because when you have self-trust, you know you're going to show up for yourself. You know that if things don't work out the way you want them to, you're still going to come out the other side, and you're going to come out even better because you trust yourself to do so. So if that is something you're interested in and want my tips and specific advice on, then just leave a comment below or send me a message and I will be happy to make that video. Okay, so let's wrap up the steps to connect to your intuition within 3 to 5 days. So step 1 was get rid of the noise, get rid of the distraction, do a social media, TV, podcast, anything that you use to distract yourself, detox. That's step 1. Step 2 is to develop a morning routine that fills up your mind, your body, and your spirit. I would highly suggest doing journaling, some type of movement, meditation, and affirmations that like wrap up or are centered around your intuition and strengthening it. Number 3 is walks outside, where you are either with just your thoughts, like no noise, or you're doing a specific visualization meditation. I mentioned I have a free walking visualization meditation on my podcast. I believe it's episode 49. And then also there is a girl named Mimi Bouchard, and she has an app, I believe it's called Superhuman. I've done it before. I'm not currently using it, and I really loved it. And she calls them walking activations. She calls them activations. So it's like you can listen to these activations throughout your day, and I believe that she probably has some on connecting to your intuition. So if you're interested in that, I think she does like a free month trial on her app, and it's called Superhuman. Okay, number 4 is be alone with your thoughts. You don't always need to be listening to something, watching something, have something on the background. You need to learn how to be bored with yourself. You need to learn how to just be with you. You are the only person you have. Really, like from the day you're born to the day you die, you need to sit with yourself, be comfortable with that. And it's not wrong if you're uncomfortable, it just takes practice. Number 5 is actually ask for the guided steps. Ask like, what would you have me do? What is my next step? Step number 6 is cut out all junk food, alcohol, sugar, drugs, etc. And be wary, there will be a detox period if you're someone who is eating heavily processed foods, drinking a lot, things like that. Make sure you do it safely. And number 7 is carry a notebook with you, or keep a little section in your notes app specifically for writing down any intuitive thoughts that come up, and then take the action. Take the action. If you stick to these 7 steps, these 7 habits, and you do it for at least 5 days, you will get results. You will feel so amazing. Honestly, you'll feel so confident because you're like, wow, I really showed up for myself. And then you're going to get these divine nudges from your intuition that are going to lead you to the best life for you. I mean, this is so incredible. This is all free as well. Like, this is free. You don't even have to buy anything to do this. This is your own secret sauce. This is your own superpower. And this is also one of the main reasons why I even run the 5-day reset challenge. It's a free challenge where we spend 5 days really centering ourselves around filling up our mind, body, and spirit by implementing new healthy habits and stripping back any habits that don't align with our mind, body, and spirit. And so this is one of the main reasons I run this challenge, is because it gives people results. It helps them reconnect with themselves and their intuition quickly. And that leads to their next step in life. And so if you are someone who is lacking clarity, feeling disconnected, feeling low vibe, feeling lots of brain fog, I would love for you to join this 5-day reset challenge. It's free and we start on August 12th, and you'll have me as your accountability partner. And let's get you feeling good. Let's get you connected to your mind, body, and spirit. You know, inside this challenge, I have daily mini audios for motivation. I have a custom meditation, habit trackers, journal prompts. Like, there is just a whole resource library for you to reconnect with yourself. It's honestly a no-brainer. If you're feeling like you need a reset, please come join this 5-day reset challenge. I am so excited, and I would love to be a part of your journey in some way. And I will leave all the details for the reset challenge, the free 5-day challenge, in the description box below. So if you do want to read about it or sign up, you can do so, which is so exciting. I hope to see you inside. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so happy to be here. If I help just one person connect to their intuition, my day will be made. Honestly, it means so much to me that you're here. And if you do find this video or this channel helpful, please subscribe. That would mean the world to me. Send it to a friend that you think this would really be valuable for or help. And yeah, don't miss my next video. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.